1,055 days, 2 years, 325 days. I was 40 days away from running every single day for 3 years. And in December of 24, I had to let it all go, which still to this day is hard to kind of wrap my head around. But I know I was pressing down a path that was only going to injure my body more, that was only going to injure my mind more. And I just had to step back and let it all go, which was so hard because my mom told me, keep the streak. So when I let go of the streak, my mind spiraled. Felt like I was letting my mom down, felt like I was letting myself down. I was too embarrassed to talk about the fact that I ran for 1,055 days straight. I made it happen. And in between that, I was competing in ultras. I was running in races. I was still keeping up with everything else I had going on. But something finally gave, obviously. And it was my leg and my mind and everything else that came after that. But really, it was my leg that I had to start listening to. I had a repetitive stress injury, posterior tibialis tendonitis is what it was, and it crept up on me. And I had this mindset that, oh, we could just keep pushing, we could keep running on it. And I probably only made it worse because it got to a point where I couldn't walk down a flight of stairs without being in pain. My ankle was visibly swollen, but my stubborn ass was just like, let's just go for another run. Let's just go for another run and see what we can do. And all jokes aside, my identity had become connected with running, which is going to happen. That's a natural part when you really throw yourself at whatever it is you enjoy in life. Your identity is going to become intertwined with it. But that can be very dangerous because then if you ever lose that activity, you lose a sense of who you are. And I had to rebuild my life back. I didn't know how to live without running. And I turned to some really not so good coping mechanisms. Started drinking a ton, started smoking a ton. I didn't know how to deal with the fact that I still need to show up on a daily basis, even though I don't get to do the thing that I love. Man, it was absolutely insane. And I cried a bunch. I mean, the night that I stopped running, I didn't handle it properly. I went to the bar. That was my idea of like, okay, let's just numb what we have going on. Let's numb this pain, mental pain, physical pain, you name it. And that's not a way to live. It's important to know that at any moment, what you love can be taken away from you, whether it's an activity, whether it's a person, whether it's a mindset, it doesn't matter. And I wasn't being grateful for what I had in front of me. I wasn't being grateful, not one bit. And that's just, it is sad to think about. I had one of the best years of my running career in 2024, and I just kept going on to the next event, the next race, the next checkbox, and I wasn't stopping to pause and appreciate what God was giving me. And because of that, I really do believe God took it away from me. And he made me go an entire year without it. Oh my God, I was losing my marbles. I was losing my marbles. And it took me 13 months. I think it was about 13 months to be able to do a marathon again. I still haven't done an ultra, and it's been a long time, but that's okay. We're making strides. We're making progression. And I know that it's only taken this long because I was just being stubborn about giving in. I didn't want to fully let go of running because I was scared. I was just scared. I didn't know who I was going to be without it. I didn't feel like I had any self-worth. I didn't feel like I had anything to offer because the only thing I offered was that I could run. And just hearing myself say that, like what kind of life is that if that's the only thing I can offer is to run? And for those of you who know about running ultra marathons, it takes a lot out of the people closest to you, point blank. they don't get to see you as much. They don't get to spend as much time with you. And then you ask them to crew you for a race, and they have to also stay up for 28 hours straight. They have to make sacrifices, financial, mental, physical. And I was just sucking from the people around me. And that's not fair to them. It's not fair to them. And it wasn't fair to myself. So I've had to spend a good year rebuilding my sense of self and who I am without running. I had to rebuild my confidence. I had to rebuild my relationship with God. I had to rebuild my relationship with the people closest to me. And that's something I'm still working on to this day. To this day. And I share this because we all have things that we gravitate towards, that we love, that make us feel alive. But at any moment, we can lose that. And you might think, oh, Jeff, you're crazy. There's no way this thing's going to get taken away from me. I thought the same thing. I thought I was only going to keep progressing and keep moving forward. And I just thought it was going to get better and better and better and better. And I wasn't appreciating what I had. And then I lost it. So I share this with you because it can be dangerous to put all of your eggs in one basket. You need to still have a sense of who you are without that experience, without that activity. Especially if it's physical. Our bodies are going to bend, they're going to break, they're going to get stressed out, and we're going to need to know how to pivot without that. So, that's my little message for you today. Chew on that. Let me know what you think. Drop a comment or something if you relate, because we all got some things that we love in life, and we just don't know when and how they're going to get taken away. And it's usually when that happens that we learn some really powerful lessons in life. So, thanks for tuning in. I appreciate all of you, and God bless.